Is that deep enough?
Yeah, I think that looks good. So remember, the difference between an organic horizon and a surface and a mineral horizon is that you can't take texture. So I would argue that that is mineral still.
That's mineral, so even
So
just
it's
this.
really the
So it's
pine
really
needles
that.
and
Well, it's the
duck
pine
layer.
needles, so that would be one. But then there's this sort of humus and root mat that's like maybe 3 centimeters deep. But once you get down into here where you're holding this, right, this stuff, that's mineral, right? That's not organic horizon anymore. Sure. So it looks thicker, but I would say it's like this, right? It's that, just that very top couple of centimeters. And it's a mix of stuff, right? So it's this clearly recognizable stuff, but then there's also this partially decomposed materials, right? And that's pretty much what you would expect. In a dry forest site, you wouldn't expect tons of organic matter accumulating in a dry forest site. Right?
So we all agreed it was pretty shallow.
A couple of centimeters.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like that.
Right there.
Okay.
And then
Where next,
the
gang?
next, clearly, I mean, there might be one in between, but the next one I see is down there.
Okay.
And then we have
You don't have to go deeper than that.
Okay, if anyone
But
can
between
find
there,
anything in between those two,
3 minutes.
yeah, it might be a good idea. Good call.
so are you thinking that is the organic horizon above that first nail?
Yeah.
Okay. So then let's look at the layer between that nail and the next nail. Is that all just perfectly homogeneous through there?
It's hard to tell. I'm gonna scrape it a little more.
I mean,
It seems like
I wouldn't
there's
call it homogeneous. It's got like larger, mineral pieces in it. I don't know how.
Oh
to
yeah, I see
describe
what you're
it.
saying.
It's like
Well,
gravel.
once you hit right about here, you start seeing much larger. Although that's in here too.
what about color from the? Is it all just the same color? Like I feel like I see a slightly darker layer at the top below that nail than I do, like where that red root is sticking
sure.
out. That looks like much sort of lighter colored, and at the top. Don't you feel like the dark color bleeds down a little bit? I won't make you see things that aren't there, but I sort of feel like
I see that.
It's hard to say because there's this patch of dark stuff.
Are you
that's
talking
spilled down
about,
from the top?
Like starting about where he has the shovel here?
no. I'm talking about like maybe 5 centimeters under that top nail.
I see it.
Like
okay,
here?
so here.
Yeah. Do you see?
And,
Doesn't it look a
yeah.
little darker
Uh-huh.
between that nail and that red root there?
Like here. Like around here?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not at a good angle.
This is where we've cleared it off the most. So I would go by like right here.
See what you think there's like a
Yeah, like
transition
right
here?
So all you can do is then sample out of there, right? And actually see, is it a different color? And if you look at it and it's not a different color, then it probably, or if it's not a different texture, or if it's not a different pH, then it's probably not. And that's why I don't want you putting letters by stuff. But I would say that's a good start. So you have an organic, you have a thin surface, then you have kind of this middle, and then below it clearly changes.
Just like pure clay.
What was the last one? 33, yeah.
Any reaction on the clay layer?
There's not a reaction anywhere.
Okay. No, not on any of them.
Not on any of them.
And then roots. You want to just put yes all the way down to the clay layer because there's roots in the clay layer too. Yeah. Although I feel like they may stop at the clay layer.
Nope, that is a root in the clay layer.
And coarse fragments, there's none in the clay. But in pretty much everything else there is. Okay. Let's take some samples for some color stuff.
And
So-
then some pH.
Yeah.
Working on that.
You're working on the pH.
The top layer I got call it 5.5. And the chart says medium acidic.
For the organic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that? Okay.
So it's all about how long you
We'll
can
go with
bring
that
it
one.
down. Doesn't really
So that's 4.2. 7.5 YR 4.2.
oh,
For the 0 to -6 layer.
Sorry, say that again?
7.5 YR 4/2.
this one's pretty. Oh, that's fun to play with.
You want some more? Is that the
It's this, yeah.
this layer
first
with
one.
the top one or
Yeah.
like
Yeah, the one under the bow. I don't know. Hit that water one more time. Let's go this centimeter.
what is this?
Sorry, sandy clay.
Oh, that's just a pup.
The soil remaining
Or this one?
Soil from a ribbon, yeah. Okay, wait, this is it.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Does the soil make a ribbon less than an inch long before breaking? It did.
Yeah,
Less than an inch?
It's tiny, yeah. Yeah, that makes it really almost.
Oh, it says excessively wet, a small pinch of soil in the palm of hand and rub with forefinger.
For texture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really wet?
And then, yeah, excessively wet. And
What
then,
does that even mean?
does it feel gritty?
Yeah, there's a little grit.
Oh, that's interesting.
Wait,
Yeah, it's definitely
I
gritty.
don't understand.
Want to go higher in
Then
pH?
it's
Or wait, lower.
Lower.
Yeah,
sandy
it went
loam,
from
I
acidic to kind of a more neutral
Mm.
layer, and then back to
To acidic.
slightly
Yeah.
acidic.
Hmm.
Or wait,
Sandy
very slightly acidic.
Or if it neither grittiness nor smoothly predominates, it's loam.
There's grit. Yeah.
I guess it's sandy.
There's this one too.
Oh, okay. I think it's
The
similar.
ribbon.
Yeah, okay. So if it's less than 2.5 centimeters, was it less than 2.5 centimeters? Oh yeah, if it feels exceptionally gritty, it's sandy loam.
It's gritty. It's there. I don't know how it's exceptional, but
Yeah, so much of this seems really subjective.
yeah.
Super subjective.
Cool. Next thing.
Someone give me a hand with the color of this bad boy.
Totally.
I'm struggling with Struggle Town.
Looks
right
like
now.
a little darker than
Yeah.
that one. Pretty close to that one, but check below.
It's definitely not as dark as.
What about the one next to it? To the right?
It's not. I feel like it's not as brown as that one.
Okay.
Maybe
I feel like we're like somewhere around
I like this one best.
that one.
This one right here. Although it is so hard to tell.
We'll go with that one.